New series. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
And just like that, brand new series, Troy Hill Talks on the Indie Escape Network with his co host, of course, Sir Sturdy. Let me figure out how to press buttons again because it's been a while since I did this. Gentlemen, you're here. We're live.
Hello,
Troy,
hello, hello.
Sturdy.
I'm
So
about
I'm
to
gonna.
Yes, indeed.
We've already got comments coming in. Jason Taylor saying, "What's up?"
It's good,
What's up,
Jason.
Sean Smith
JT? How
saying,
you
"Hello,
doing? How you
brothers."
Gone.
feel?
I'm going.
What's up, Sean? How you doing?
So before we begin, guys, I've been ecstatic for this for like the past month that we've been discussing it. So Troy, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing.
Just a whole bunch of different things. We'll be talking about, movies, some of my favorite movies and why I enjoy them, and I'd like to hear from the listener as far as what their favorite movies are too. We're going to cover entertainment news, nostalgic items, things that tug back at our heartstrings that make us wish we were a kid again, or just makes life a little bit easier being a grown-ass adult, because sometimes adulting can be a damn drag. So we need some of
Tell
these.
me about it.
Sometimes we need to have some of these childhood moments to kind of get us back on point, so to speak. That's the reason why I got like this wall here, like all these little trinkets. They all mean something from my childhood, or just a reminder of
Yeah.
a specific character or whatever. So
And
we need some of
Sturdy's
those
got the
things
VHSs
sometimes.
behind him.
Yes.
Oh,
You
this
know.
is
So,
this is that magic. That's the magic of blue screen. Because where my setup is, it's kind of I have a few things set up over here and set up over there, but
mhm.
it's not the room. I'm in my attic, so you know how attics look. So you got to
Oh
give the
yeah.
pretty display. You got to give the pretty display.
So
But
who
Yeah,
else do
yeah.
we have here? We have Jamie Hill from Skinamarink. Hey Jamie, thanks for joining us. We got
Hello,
J.W.
Jamie. How are you?
Colwell.
Jamie,
Hello, gentlemen.
What's up,
Ann
JW?
Fisher. Oh, she
Hello.
loves
Yes,
you.
I've arrived.
And adulting
and
does suck.
it
And
does.
Gabe, good evening. You need that in Dracula's voice. Oh, Raven. Raven is a regular on the network. Hello, Raven. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
And of
yes.
course, we got comedian Robert Bass, who has a show
Yes,
on the
sir.
network as well. That is a great segue. If you don't mind, if I could do a little
Yes,
housekeeping. All right, let's
absolutely.
do this real fast. Of course, you know right now we are on Troy Hill Talks. And if this is the first time anybody's joining the network, please go to our socials, hit the like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Doesn't cost you a thing, means the world to us. And on Monday nights, we have Generation Movie with JW and Rich. We also have Tuesday nights, Loud and Nerdy with all the guys. This Wednesday, you guys are going to have to help me out with this one because I can't remember her name. But Gabe, you can help me out with this, man, if you're still watching. Gabe has this young lady coming on this Wednesday. Do you guys know her name by chance? Now I feel bad. Gabe, what's her name?
Oh
Uh-oh.
no, I'm not sure.
That's on me. That is
She
totally
might.
on me. All right. We'll get rid of that then. And of course, we were talking about Robert Bass a moment ago. If you didn't catch his show last Thursday, please go to YouTube or Facebook and check it out. He will also have a new episode coming this upcoming Thursday with a very special guest. And
Yes,
I have
very,
two more
very good
things, and
show.
then I will get out of the way. As you all know, David Lee Madison has a show on Sunday nights. David Lee Madison's The End of the Night with his co-host Scott Schiaffo from Clerks. They just released the movie on Amazon Prime, Full Moon Fever. It is a werewolf flick. Go check it out. And if you're still new, Terry Gerald is affiliated with our network, and I'm affiliated with Harlow's Haunt, his first movie. But part two is going to be shooting soon in Orlando and possibly North Carolina and Georgia. So please keep an eye out for that. Few more
Nice.
comments,
A
and then I'm
lot of
getting out
stuff.
of here. Yes, Raven, thank you. Monica Kina, I appreciate it. Gabe said full, full, yes, full moon fever, Gabe. Crazy. Uh oh. Sorry, she may postpone depending on if she can return to her. In LA safely. Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
Ooh,
Gotcha.
very
She's from
unexpected.
Freddy vs. Jake.
Yes.
There we go. All right, ready for a great show, and everybody loves her. Guys, I'm going to dip out. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call me.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Have a
Good.
great
Well, appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get on with the show, Sir Sturdy. First off, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I just had an awesome freaking show. Just which is, excuse me. I want to say this really quick. It's funny because it went a little. You know, we can get long winded, especially when the
Yes.
conversation's good. And you know the Jive Turkey crew, and
Yes.
I had a great time with that. Today was good in general, and I was excited about this too. I'm like, I cannot wait to kick this off with Troy and just help you get this thing going, get this ball rolling. And I'm always excited to do stuff like this. Like I love podcasting. And anytime a friend of mine's like, listen, I want to start a pod, Sturdy, I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got
see,
you.
and,
Gabe,
and
I appreciate you.
but I appreciate that for you. Appreciate you for that, sir. You had a couple assignments earlier today, though. First off, I've been pestering you for weeks now. It seems like to watch Creature Commandos new series on Max. Well, it just concluded yesterday or earlier today, actually. The 7 episodes. It's kind of like the flagship jumpstart for the new DCU under James Gunn, which I'm very, very excited for because I think James Gunn is just an excellent storyteller, and he's proven that again with Creature Commandos. I would love to hear your initial thoughts from watching it. Because, see, I've been watching it like on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
You watched it all basically kind of like movie style, like back to back. So what was your thoughts?
I watched 5 episodes today, or yesterday and 2 today. Honestly, I loved it. I was so excited. A big thing I liked about it, I'm not even going to get into the story really, but the violence in it. And the reason why I say that is because we get a lot of these series where it's like, and they talk about death, they talk about doing this, you know what I mean? They talk about the killing and all that, and then it doesn't really happen, or it's too clean because they're still trying to make it geared towards kids. And there's sometimes you gotta say, fuck them kids, like give us our animated stuff that we like too. Because we grew up, like, you know what I mean? As far as like the DC stuff with the Batman and all that stuff, we kind of grew up, we did grow up on all of that stuff. And deep down, even as a kid, I would always wish it was a little bit more violence and rage in it. I mean, with Batman the animated series, I feel like that was that's still hands down my favorite animated series of all time. Just the storytelling and all that with it. And I kind of got that feel with it with this, but just in a different way. And then it just like you start liking I like this a lot. I can't wait for season 2. And I'm just
I can't wait to season 2, and I just can't wait.
The little dog creature thing, that thing from when it was him. I like that. I like that a lot. Like when he was saving the little girl and they were shooting at it in the earlier.
I think that was.
Ladies and gentlemen, potential spoiler alert.
Sorry about that, but we're not trying to spoil anything. We're not going to try and ruin the program because it's watchable. I can tell you the whole show and you can still watch it. It's that damn good. But I think episode 4 with Weasel was when, if you ever had a concern about the DCU under the hands of a James Gunn, I think you should be completely cool and calm at that point, because it had we got scene snobs in the house. What's up, Mr. Manhattan? Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. But it kind of tugged at your heartstrings, and I think that's an important thing that sometimes is like missing in cinema. It seems like these days is not. Sometimes you want to have that full-fledged roller coaster ride. It's never really complete, and I think James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy and this, and even with Peacemaker, he's really, really good at that, at giving you like a full, fleshed-out story. You know, what's your thoughts?
I agree. And as far as episode 4 goes, where you're talking about pulling at the heartstrings and all that, you're absolutely right with that. Or at least to make you feel, of whether it be anger, and I'll just really quick, just as far as to make you feel thing, like I'll segue to I can't even think of the damn movie title. Oh my God. Was it Speak No Evil or something like that? The one that came out, it came out last year, but that was the remake. The original version came out like 2 years sooner. I like that one better. The
Mhm.
newer one had a quote unquote, if you can call it that, a quote unquote happier ending, but the other one made me feel more. It made me feel more rage, more anger. And
Mhm.
with that episode of Creature Command, it just made me feel more, you know what I mean? It made me feel like, damn, this is kind of sad what's going on. This is kind of sad what's going on. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Yes.
Don't worry, Mick. Hear no
Nick,
evil.
you gotta watch Creature Commando. It's literally like a movie sitting. It'll be literally like a movie sitting for you. It'll be like about 2.5 hours, something like that. You know, I mean, it's like it's kind of like you'd be watching Django as far as like runtime, basically. So it make for a nice evening. Some Creature Commandos and some Django.
Yeah, it's an easy watch. It's one of those things too, to where it's bingeable. It's one of those things where you're gonna want to watch the next episode right away.
Absolutely.
It's
And
bingeable.
that's one thing I prefer everything to be bingeable. Me personally, just makes it way easier for me. I don't like watching anything now and just trying to wait till the next week. I mean, that felt great like in the 80s and 90s. Now it just kind of sucks. I just need to know what the hell's going on. So
I'm back and forth with that. The reason why I say that is because like with The Last of Us, I was watching that because it was dropping week. I was watching that weekly, and it felt good doing that, like going back to doing that. But then there's times they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the whole season this weekend, and that's just what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, it works for that, but like Cobra Kai, I usually want to watch all the shit together. You know, Cobra Kai could turn into that. I'm going to watch one episode. Next thing you know, it's 3:00 in the morning. You figuring out, you know, what you're going to tell the boss because you ain't going to make it to work on time. You know, because I've been there. Hope the boss is not watching, but yeah. Typically, typically the alarm goes off when it's supposed to go off. I don't wake up. So that's the issue because I've been binge watching TV. So anyway,
I get it.
but I mean, I highly recommend watching it. It has a great animation style. To me, it reminds me of kind of like Black Dynamite. I don't know if you've seen an animated version of Black Dynamite.
Yo,
it has like that same type of coat
can we
of paint
talk
on
about
it.
that one of these days? Black Dynamite was awesome.
Absolutely. That's gonna be a thing because
awesome.
It's TV shows like the Boondocks and Black Dynamite with the social thing that we're in now. I really think we need cartoons like that to be brought back because it's like a bunch of different social topics that be covered just in those animated cartoons. Like a fun take on it, anyways. But let's see, JW, Skeleton Crew. Oh, he's asking me about Skeleton Crew. Actually, I checked out after episode 2 of JW. Doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to it and stuff, but it goes back to me that if you're going to try and sell me the idea of something being like Goonies, I might as well just watch effing Goonies. You know, that's just the kind of the way I feel like when it comes to that particular type of thing. You know, because I mean, it's like I'm 50. You know, so that makes it also different. You know, it's good going back to like movies that tug on your heartstrings that you grew up with because it's something like the Goonies or Monster Squad or Time Bandits, but I don't really need to go back and have that same type of feeling about something new, if that makes any sense. But then again, it's just my opinion. It doesn't make it the right answer or anything like that.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, as far as like style, just the way the storytelling, I just check it out and get back with me and let me know what you think. Because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's a full, complete story. And it is in the DC universe with the upcoming Superman movie, which is the most anticipated movie of the year. You know, which I do want to cover that our next episode. You might want to put that in the calendar. Most top 10 most anticipated movies of the year from me, Sir Sturdy, and hopefully we can get Mr. Mick Manhattan on as well, so we can pick his brain, see what his top 10 is too. Yeah. I mean, I would really, really like that. But let's go to another movie that Sturdy didn't watch, and I was like confused and just perplexed. Why have you not seen this movie? Django Unchained. Easily in my top 5 movies of all time. My most favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. And that's saying a lot when you have movies like Kill Bill Volume 1, 2, Pulp Fiction, and Glorious Bastards. I mean, it's a big deal when you can sit there and put that Django in front of those movies. I need to find out what was your first opinion, your initial reaction when you started watching this movie? Did you feel like it was like a slow burn at first, or were you kind of like intrigued from the beginning?
No, I was intrigued from the beginning. I was intrigued. I was intrigued from the beginning, and then watching this whole movie, and it being a revenge film, this is my second favorite revenge film of all time now. Second favorite.
Behind what?
I have to get back to you on the title, but we reviewed it last year on Horror Research 30. It was I can't think of it right now. I'll get back to you on that in a minute though. But anyway, like I had I don't want to say fun, but there were some funny ass parts in this movie.
Yes, there was. I guess we can go. This movie was made in 2012, so there's going to be spoilers during this portion. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it's just a great watch all the way through, because to me it's like one of the ultimate. It's not just a revenge movie for me. It's like the ultimate love movie almost, because he's doing all this out of love. And again, just like a little background, this is a Quentin Tarantino movie. It was made like in 2012, I believe, starring Jamie Foxx. Leonardo DiCaprio, Christopher Waltz. He's in the movie as the dentist. It's just a great damn movie. I mean, if you're not, there's some words and stuff that they say a lot. So if that's not your thing, you might not want to check it out. Or you might
they say Hogan's they say Hogan's favorite word a lot is what he's getting at.
Yes, they do that, which we're going to talk about Hogan for a little bit too. They say his words a lot, brother. And I'm telling you, if you're a fan of Hogan and stuff, the use of the word, you might want to watch it because it might be music to your ears. I don't know, but
the movie is.
I just want to bring up a couple of comments real fast if I may, gentlemen. Sure. So it looks like Mick was saying he wouldn't listen to me when I told him. I'm assuming he's talking the Sturdy about the movie. And Robert's saying, what? How sway? How did he not watch that?
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I dive into horror more than anything. And usually it's the strange stuff. It's not even the big stuff that always comes out in theater. You can ask the Scene Snobs, you can ask 3 Geeks Podcast, you can ask Troy. They know.
Yeah.
But 3 Geeks saying it's so good. My favorite Tarantino is Glorious Bastards, but Django is number 2.
See, that makes sense.
You guys are getting a lot of freaking comments. Soundtrack. Ravens, boo, boo, and laugh my ass off. Okay, time for me to...
On Hogan.
Oh, on a Hogan. Okay, gotcha. And...
It's a little different, though, when you're saying it and using it in film and then just using it because you don't want your daughter sleeping with somebody.
Yeah, that's something entirely different, So me personally, in context of what the movie is and stuff, it doesn't bother me at all. Now, I can tell you out in the real world, Troy Hill doesn't use that word at all. And not at all. And I get irritated when people use it and stuff because, again, I'm 50 damn years old. So it's a big difference to me because when I was growing up, there's times I was called it. It wasn't a term of endearment, and it wasn't like a friendly type of deal and stuff. So, yeah, it's not my thing or word. But then I also have the ability to take, what's in context and what's out of context. So, but Hogan's a whole. But it's not just that with Hogan, it's not just that with Hogan. But we will get into it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just want to answer your question. The movie was called I Saw the Devil, and the revenge in that was just, and it was for love as well. It was, oh my God, chef's kiss. I don't even want to spoil that. Like, go see that if you can. But it was.
I'm actually going to check it out. We're gonna get you on the Indiana Jones bandwagon and stuff one of these days. That's what I'm working on next, people. Next, fingers crossed. We just reviewed. We reviewed those last year. No, that's why I rewatched them again as an adult. That was my first time seeing them as an adult. Hated every single one of them. Jesus. Well, that's a whole other day. We gonna protest.
Damn right, see snob.
But again, I think that. JT was mentioning that besides Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained is probably his number 2. To me, it's my 1. Probably Kill Bill Volume 1 is still there at number 2. Probably then Inglourious Basterds, and I'm probably going to pop into Part 2. But then again, you could also look at 1 and 2 as both like the same damn movie and kind of like put it like in its own category. So I guess it really just depends. What am I looking like?
He said, no, he said you're looking for a new co-host.
No. I'm going through. What do we still do? They still have Rolodexes? I'm scrolling through. I'm just kidding.
Let me see.
No, I mean, no. The thing is, though, is that I mean, throughout in this show, you guys are not gonna like everything I like, and I don't expect you guys to. And I'm not gonna like everything you guys like, and it's cool. I mean, the whole name of the game is the name of the game is just respecting everybody's opinion enough. I mean, because at the end of the day, Sturdy don't like Indiana Jones. That means I'm not gonna be about. I'm gonna stop collecting Indiana Jones cups and shit and action figures if I can find one. So, and I'm sitting here waiting patiently until March, so the Indiana Jones game comes out on PlayStation 5. So, because Bethesda is a bunch of jackasses. So, with the exclusive rights for Xbox, that really irritates me. But it almost got me to the point of just dropping money to get an Xbox just so I could play Indiana Jones. But then that would be really kind of dumb. I just got to be patient and be a 50-year-old and be a grumpy ass for 3 months until March rolls around. So that's what I got to do with that. But again, if you have not seen Django Unchained, you need to check it out. Music is great. I love all the music. The violence is just badass. The sound effects, the gun shooting. The shootout scene, man.
That right there, that is what really shocked me was the shootouts in it, the blood in it, and the explosion. Oh my God. It was a great, minus the racism. The movie was a good time. The movie was a good time. But again, with the whole racism aspect and the importance of it, when it's telling the story, is that revenge there was like, oh yeah. Hell yes. Mm-hmm. Shit, tag me in, Jamie. Let me get a piece of this.
Hey, what's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Oh, Jesus. No. But Sean was mentioning also that Kerry Washington's in it. He did a great job. It's like when they said they had her in a hot box, or even when they were like, remember when they were running initially, that dude was sitting there saying that she had sand or they had sand or whatever, that was some traumatizing, dramatic stuff. So when the comeuppance came at the end, it's like I just felt the sense of it's like made me want to just walk out and skip a little bit. It's like everybody talks about, we're going to talk about T'Challa next and the possible recasting and stuff, but I don't know. T'Challa, great hero, but Black Panther, great hero, but Django might be.
He's up there.
He's up way up there to me.
That was just awesome. Like, especially when, like, after he, when they have him hanging upside down, after that part where he goes with the other people and then comes back.
Yes,
I was like, yo, yes.
Man, just so damn great. And they had a special guest appearance by the stunt woman from what was the name of the Kurt Russell Grindhouse movie?
Roadhouse?
Death Proof. You remember Death Proof?
Oh, yes.
The blonde, the one that had the face mask at the end. That was the body. That was the stunt person and stuff that was in Death Proof. So that also makes
that was a sad movie for me. That was a really rough movie to watch. That was a sad movie for me, Troy.
What?
They tear up all those muscle cars that they tear up like that. That's hard. That's hard to see.
I'm sitting there looking at I got Big doing his comedy routine in the background and stuff. This is just great. Man, you got to come join us next time, Mick, for this the 10 movies, the 10 top movies that we anticipate for the years. I guarantee all our lists are going to be different, but I'm almost willing to bet that at least 5 of the movies will all be the same.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I know Superman damn near has to be for everybody.
We'll see, because you guys know we'll see. You listen. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. I will say that. I am gonna work.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be obscure. I know it's gonna be weird, but that's their sturdy. But let's talk about T'Challa and Black Panther and rumors that they're talking about recasting T'Challa. Famous role by Chad Boswick and the late great. What are your thoughts on that? Me personally, I think that they just should have recasted him from jump.
Um, I agree. I didn't watch part 2 yet. I eventually want to, but
Mhm.
yeah, because it's such an important character, and for what that character did for people that look like you and I, and for kids, and not even
Mhm.
people that look like you and I, just for kids of all different colors, they get to see a black man as a superhero. It's not like a sidekick, not a joke or anything like that. That's super important. And then for
Mhm.
I know, rest in peace to Chadwick. I know he passed and all that, but I feel like they should have recast, maybe taken a couple of years and then recast and made part 2. I
Yes.
understand, but I mean, maybe they had to do. Maybe they did it just as like a tribute to him. Again, I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know.
Well,
But
the second one is definitely a tribute, and it has its parts. It's a tribute. We can say that. But I think, me personally, that them going this route jeopardize and put the Marvel machine, so to speak, in the position that it's in right now. Because he was that big type of character you needed to recast at that point. Because if you notice, the downfall of Marvel or them being lackluster in sales, it was a combination of things. Is that him being like one of the main characters to go into the next phase,
yeah,
the death of him, so they needed to recast. Two, I think Miss Marvel had something to do with it. And honestly, I did not have a problem with Miss Marvel, but I don't have a problem with a female whooping a guy's ass neither. So that's probably a reason why I didn't look at a big deal. And I actually watched the Marvels at the movie theater with my kid, and everybody was laughing and having a great time. I didn't have a problem with that neither, because that's what movie magic is, and that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, yeah, there's some movies that you go to when you go to the movie theater, you expect it to be silent. You expect you just eat your popcorn, you expect to kind of watch and observe. But there's some movies it's supposed to be that badass fun time where it's like the whole theater's packed and everybody's cheering and they're all just totally engrossed in the movie, no matter what it is. So,
yeah,
I
and
mean,
again, oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I was
Go
just saying
ahead.
again, it's just a very, very important role. Like it's an important character of the story, but not just that. Like I was saying, just for kids to see that, for us to see that, and it felt so good to see that on
See,
screen.
JT agrees. No, see, 3 weeks. JT over there, he agrees too. To me, it
Oh,
was. I thought it was just over. The Marvels was just really just fun. I think Ant-Man was just them going into the multiverse with Ant-Man. Even though subtext you can do it, I thought it was too big of a movie for Ant-Man to try and do. It was too big for the silver screen. That should have been story. I think you could have kept Ant-Man more at the ground level like you had for the previous movies. I think that was another mistake by Marvel. But again, it's just my opinion. See, there's a lot of people sitting there like here commenting below Raven, JT, that enjoyed the movie. But if you look at it as standards outside of this show, outside the interwebs and everything else, programs on YouTube, they constantly say that movie sucked. And I don't think it did, But
yeah,
I mean, again, it's just my opinion. And then with T'Challa, I just hope they're not trying to recast him and also it's going to be Denzel. Because Denzel's damn near 70 years old. And I understand multiverse happens. You can do stuff with multiverse, but that's something you don't want to do.
No, you have to have somebody younger. You have to have somebody younger,
Yes.
especially because he's going to, it wouldn't make sense to have Denzel. He could be in the movie and be a part of the family or whatever, but he shouldn't be T'Challa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And there's some people saying about his son too. So that might be a thing. I actually would be interested in that guy. Keep on forgetting his name. Maybe or Mick might know, or maybe JT might know. The guy that played, remember the beginning of Get Out, or the guy in Get Out that was saying, "Get out, get out." That guy, I think he would be an excellent T'Challa.
Ooh.
I think it's like Lateef something. He was
Lakeith
in the Atlanta.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes, I think he could pull it off because you don't want like a big name actor to do it.
He would be really interesting.
I don't think he could work.
No, that's what I mean. Like he could be interesting. He could be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it could work.
If Michael Jai White was about 35 years younger, he'd be perfect.
Yeah. Well, they just need to give us another Black Dynamite movie, which people that want to write movies and stuff, I got an excellent idea to pitch for you for Black Dynamite 2. It's hilarious. Just so if you ever consult me, I will give you the idea, make you some money. What you want to do? I want to go ahead and make a little money. Hey, give me a call. Anyways, just kidding.
I watched that. Sorry to Bother You was good.
Sorry to
Sorry to
bother
bother
you.
you. With
What was
Lakeith
that?
Stanfield.
See, I
That was a
haven't
movie
seen
with
it.
Lakeith Stanfield.
See, I'm not familiar enough with. I just liked them from the Get Out
Atlanta?
and opening of Get Out in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always been kind of like intrigued with them.
See, and I liked them a lot in Atlanta, like you said, and I was like, I
I'll
gotta see
check it
him in
out,
more
Nick.
things. And then Sorry to Bother You was a good one, which I would go back and
Oh.
actually watch that again.
Yep, that's gonna be a weekend. That might be a weekend watch for me and stuff. But I mean, enough with T'Challa talk. I mean, we all love Batman, right? And
Yes,
we're all getting excited for this new DCU. There's a lot of different rumors about. Well, one thing is being pushed back to what 2027 now.
20. Yeah, I think the thing I read was 20. Yeah, 27 actually, I believe 2027 for the Batman.
Yeah, and from what I understand, it's because the script is not complete. So in theory, we could have Batman, Bold and the Brave, the DCU version before we have this Batman 2, which I think that's if it gets to that point, I don't even know if you even need to have a Batman 2. I don't know if we need to have a world with two different Batman movies. What do you think?
See, I want to see the finish of the Batman. I want to see the Batman 2, and I was so against the first one because, well, you already know why, because of me hating because of the whole Twilight nonsense. And I didn't watch anything, but I watched that. I'm happy I was wrong about what the movie's going to be. I do think it's going to hurt some that it's coming out so much later instead of coming, you know what I mean? Because when did the first one come out?
God, it feels like it's been like 3 or 4 years. Has it been that long?
And then it's like,
yeah, you're right. The Penguin was a great TV show.
And I know the Penguin ties in with it, which I do need to watch that. But I know the Penguin ties in with the Batman, so it's like now we got to wait this many years for the Batman. Is the Penguin season 2 going to come in between at the very least to kind of hold you over a little more?
See, that's another thing. It's like now you almost got to have another season of Penguin before you go into it, right? Because it's just, to me, I mean, I guess it's just depending. I think the main number one factor as far as Bold and the Brave goes at this point, it just depends on the success of what Superman does. I don't think there's going to be any big character mention until they get numbers on Superman in July. Because I think that's basically the main damn thing why we don't know where. I mean, because James Gunn will say that the movie is on time, but he's not giving us a release date. So that doesn't make any sense. Also heard they might be looking for a new director for the Batman Bold and the Brave. So don't know what that's going to be like.
Oh,
we also seen other people mention that, well, this Batman, Robert, he might be the Batman part of the DCU, but it doesn't make sense because if you look at Creature Commandos, you see a little glimpse of a wide ass shoulder Batman that don't look anything like, so,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of questions going forward. Lots of questions indeed about the DC universe. But again, going back to the beginning, I think we are in excellent hands with just James Gunn. I mean, I'm saying that now the savior of the DCU.
Wait, I got to ask a question if I may.
Sure.
If I may. So did anybody, I couldn't fully hear, but did anybody hear the rumors of Brolin becoming Batman?
I've heard that too. I've heard, well, he's supposed to be older. The Bold and the Brave Batman's supposed to be older because he's supposed to have his son or whatever. It's supposed to be what, Damian Wayne,
Yeah.
so it has to be older. So that would work for me as well. But there was also a rumor about him being the Green Lantern at one point for the Green Lantern TV series too, a few months back. So, which brings me to like another actual question of just some of these recasts in general. How do you feel about people bouncing back from DC to Marvel, or do you have a problem with it?
I'm not mad at it at all. Whether it's the actors, the writers,
See, that's
whatever.
a great idea.
Because why not? I mean, why not? Especially if they're a fan of it. Especially if they're a fan of the Marvel and the DCs, because you put more into it for something that you really love. And if you're a fan of that stuff, then that's the people I want behind it. That's the people I want doing
absolutely.
it.
I mean, I'm clearly a DC guy, as far because Superman, Batman's just my dudes and stuff, always and forever. Always a fan of the Justice League. I I don't hate really any I don't really hate any of the Justice League movies. I enjoyed the Snyder Cut. Even Green Lantern is not as bad as what I don't think it's as bad as what everybody makes it out to be. I think where they damned themselves again was saying, "Oh, this is like the next Star Wars." Listen to people. Never, ever, ever say that your movie or your franchise is going to be the next Star Wars, the next Harry Potter, the next Lord of the Rings. Don't do any of that stuff, because you're always going to lose that battle, no matter what it is. And it could be good. But if you compare it to like legacy type IPs, you're damning yourself just right from the jump. So it's Apocalypse. So that is the rumor. See, that would be great too. See, I like him. But I mean, but the whole thing is just, even with this Marvel's like, I don't hate Marvel. I will go watch Marvel. I want all movies and stuff to succeed. I don't want. I mean, and that's like a weird. We're stuck like in this like society thing where you got to wear. I mean, if you're a Snyderverse fan, you got to wear that shit on your sleeve, and you can't let that stuff go. I mean, what the hell? I mean, you can't have the DCU of Henry Cavill. Love him, great guy, but you can't have a 41-year-old Superman flying around your new damn rebooted, your new rebooted universe.
That is true. That is like, if you're gonna reboot a universe and try to do, you say if you have like 4 or 5 movies in mind, or 3, 4 movies in mind, just go with younger people. I mean,
you just have
depending on which story you're telling. If you're telling the Brave and the Bold, then go with that. Who would make sense for the Brave and the Bold? But yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, so I don't get it. But let's go to some more news here. Big stuff happening in the world of professional wrestling, and I never thought that I would get a chance to actually talk about professional wrestling associated with Troy Hill Talks. But damn it, here we are, because we're talking movies and entertainment news.
Yes.
So big deal. Netflix started Raw started on Netflix this week, and I'm a casual wrestling fan now. I mean, I don't get too crazy like I used to, but once upon a time I was NWO for life. I was all up into the 80s wrestling and all that type of stuff, big into storylines and stuff. I did watch Netflix and stuff. I did watch Raw. I was very, very entertained. I don't know what I really feel like about having like basically 4 matches in a 3.5 hour span. I thought that was kind of weird. But there's one curious thing. One of my childhood heroes back in the day and stuff, the good old Red and Yellow, came out there and got booed. He did. And I'm sure he got booed for several reasons. I think he got booed for multiple reasons. And I think the reason that people think he got booed for, the 2 things he got booed for the most, I don't think those were the biggest things. So, Sturdy, what do you think the biggest thing was?
Honestly, I don't even think his going back to Django, I don't think his favorite word was the biggest reason why people were booing him.
No,
I think people are just sick of him.
Either.
I think people are just sick of him. He's like, he has like a suffocating presence. He tries to feel like now, especially nowadays, and like you were saying with Ric Flair too, it's just like just go away, go retire, and go spend time with your family, go spend time with your grandkids. But you guys been wrestling since you were young.
Yeah.
Old as hell. Like go spend time with your family. Go sit down somewhere.
Well, see, it's like I agree. I mean, JW saying it's because of the racist comment and probably politics. I mean, I don't want to get into politics on this show. I think there's a lot of successful celebrities that we don't even realize that probably don't even support the same person you might align yourself with politically. So I kind of try and leave that part of it alone. I really think the main thing with Hogan is, well, yeah, it could be the end thing, because, I mean, when he did apologize, it was half-hearted and people knew it was bullshit. But I also think primarily is just all the people they literally shit on in the wrestling industry over the years, all the people he held back, all the people he wouldn't do the job for. I think that's, all these stories have come out on YouTube for like the last several years about, hey, Hogan, we need you to drop the title of this guy. Oh, that's not going to work for me, brother. I think that's a lot of that, because Hogan was so fascinated with himself and still thinking it's Hogan's 80s and stuff, not realizing that, you know, like I said, he's the same stuff that Ric Flair's going through. It's just a time where you just don't know when to say when. You think you still got it, and it's just sometimes it's time for you just to go on off and, you know, do other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and yeah, I mean, it is rough listening to like one of your heroes sit there and use that type of word in like a recorded recorded conversation. I get that part.
It's with his daughter at that. Like talking to his daughter because of who she's with. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I mean,
come on now.
He was talking about me.
And
anyway.
JW. I caught that. He's talking about you. I caught that.
But seriously, I mean, that's heartbreaking. But unfortunately, people, that's kind of the culture that we're in now. There's going to be heroes that we had is going to do some shit or say something crazy that we're not going to like. I mean, look at Bill Cosby. I used to look up to Bill Cosby and stuff. I can't even look at him do anything now. I mean, except some of his old school movies from the 70s, because I just think that's excellence in black cinema, regardless of Sidney
and
Poitier.
I still love the Cosby Show because
I mean, but it's just hard now, though. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard with that. It's hard with music. You know, it's hard with everything. I mean, it's because I don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because I just can't do it. Same. I can't listen because everything you take, because you find out what they're guilty for. Everything, and you get like all these hints and nuggets when they were singing these songs. Like, yeah, that he's been telling people, he's been pissing on people all along. You know, think about it. You got and P Diddy. You know, I used to love P Diddy, Craig Mack, Flavor in the Ear. You're sitting there thinking all this damn time and stuff that he's making a song about some music might be pleasurable to your ear, but he might have been talking about Baby O and Penis all this damn time. So you don't know.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
No, you're absolutely right. It's and JW, I agree. They should have, as far as the beer thing goes, with the Hogan trying to push his beer, they should have pushed Stone Cold. Come on now.
For
the beer thing.
Well,
Stone Cold beer. Why not for that Monday Night Raw? You know how much of a not only you would have got a huge pop.
They still sell his beer down the street from you right now.
You got a huge pop from that. You would have got a huge pop from that. You'd have got huge sales would have spiked, which you know the WWE would have got their cut. Sales would have spiked just because of that. Just imagine Stone Cold coming down the aisle doing his thing with the beer and all that shit. Yeah. Instead of Hogan coming out there and standing at the top, nobody wants to hear it. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
I felt sorry for Jimmy Hart, man. Jimmy Hart had like that. Send him off, Jimmy moment. He's like, wait, he wanted to flag.
He wanted to get out of there. He wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart's like 80-something years old and stuff, man. He got his hair black like Jerry Lewis used to have his and stuff, man. That's where all the money goes to.
Yeah.
just to keep the hair just the same color or whatever. But how old? So he's 80? Man, I felt sorry for the whole thing. I think that was probably, it makes you wonder about the product of WWE. Obviously, they're making money hand over fist now. Obviously, the war between them and AEW, until Tony Khan decides that he needs to have somebody else do a booker and do the show the right way that has actual wrestling experience, that show is going to stay where it's at. Because they do have some talent on AEW, you know, but they're never going to get it right. I mean, getting put on Max, that's a big deal, but they're still light years away from what the WWE is doing. But WWE, they're in a dangerous position because they are the king of the yard, and they can take risks like that. And I think Hogan was a risk. And as far as the alcohol or the beer thing goes, Ric Flair, he had his energy drink on AEW until they seen he couldn't go no more. He's sitting there trying to run around the ring and say woo and all that type of stuff and hyperventilating. They canceled that deal. Trust me. Let Hogan go out somewhere. Let Hogan go down to New York. Let Hogan go to Madison Square Garden with Jimmy Hart with that flag and stuff, and let him get booed out of there. I guarantee you, there will not be no beer contract anymore. Not for Hogan. He ain't gonna have that sponsorship.
He's this Just don't bring him back, WWE. I don't watch it, but you don't need to bring him back on the screen.
Yeah.
And Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying, Raven. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you learn about those wrestlers. Talk about your heroes from wrestling. You can watch it on YouTube. I watch a lot of those things. That Ric Flair. Oh, those guys are wild. That's all. Those guys.
There's a lot of good shows.
Are wild.
Yeah, and I do agree with you to an extent, JW, that WWE is killing it an extent. But then if you ain't got no competition, remember WCW, they were killing it too for 83 weeks, and they didn't have no competition until the switch was turned on with WWE, and all it takes is just one, because you get confident, in yourself, and you will fail eventually. Nothing lasts forever. But anywho, let's talk about these celebrity fires for a few moments, because we're kind of winding down a little bit. Actually, let's Joe, or could you give us a little run back here on the comments so we can catch back up a little bit, because I kind of lost place on the comments. If you could do that for us. And then we're going to talk about the celebrity fires.
Yeah, the LA. Yes. Which
I'm trying to figure out where we ended off. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries.
And that is something right there with the scene sounds thing right there. That's something I did enjoy about wrestling, is when you had the wrestler that wasn't good on the mic, but you had the mouth. You had the manager that was the mouth. That's boom, 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 boom. And Jimmy Hart was one of them.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Bobby the Brain Heenan. Oh my god!
Just even like in the Southern, like J.J. Dillon. God, it's just so many. I would have to think. Bobby Heenan's probably still like the king of all managers of all time, right? I would think. The Heenan family.
So I think Sean Smithson has an excellent point. Problem with backing celebrities is you never know when or if they're going to do something not batshit crazy, I'd say, instead of wrong.
No, he's right. Because, but that's like your best friend at your job, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a guy you support. That's like the dude that you support and stuff down the street. You're like, oh, he's a good guy, but you don't know that he has like 3 people buried in his backyard. So, it's kind of, for real though. It's kind of like the same thing.
No,
right?
it is.
You kind of just like hope that you hope people are doing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
But but just going to like the celebrity fires, it's a sad situation. I feel sorry for them, but you got to start thinking about what the reality is. Jimmy down the block lost his home and stuff. He might not be able to get a house. His whole life is destroyed. Some of these celebrities be able to rebuild. And you brought up an excellent point still when we were talking in the back room about another way you can look at as far as celebrities. So why don't you let people know about that?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, minus the finances, for say if they can get the houses or whatever, but you have the memories. Like, memories are something, and as far as like the pictures, just the memories in that home that you're never going to get back. As far as just like, how like if you go to say a family member's house that you grew up at, or you go to like your aunt's house or your uncle's or whoever's house that is, or even your own, and you just sit in that one area, that one spot, and you have that memory of, oh my gosh, I remember when we used to run around back here. Like, they're not going to have that. And that right there is sad alone. The fire, devastating, terrible. We already know that part of it. And my heart goes out to LA. Let's help them if we can. And, if you can financially, like the Red Cross and all the right avenues to help the people out there. But that is just, it's like when you see those fires, it's like, it's almost like these fires here, it's almost like watching a movie. Like, it's almost unbelievable in a sense. I'm like, wow, I did not think it would go that far. You know what I mean? As far as how much this is spreading, I was like, I thought this would be over with by now, and it's still going and going. And
it's like ongoing too. It's like every year it just seems like something. And I don't understand how it happens and stuff. I don't want to pretend like I know or whatever, but it has to be traumatic. But again, it goes back to like a lot of other people. We've heard about Paris Hilton, we've heard about Billy Crystal. What about John Q. Simmons?
Okay,
and stuff,
so I see what you're saying with that. You're not necessarily saying fuck the celebrities. You're more so of like, yes, you keep hearing about, like, you're seeing it because you see it so and so. I think more so to that is just because they have the bigger name. I think that's the only thing I can think of is just because they have the bigger name. But definitely prayers out to LA, prayers for California.
Absolutely.
And I really hope this thing is over with soon. And I know it's going to be a long time before a lot of people can rebuild and get back to their normal lives. But it just far as like this thing going, these people that are losing their homes and people losing their lives and all that, it sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks.
I mean, we definitely got compassion for these people. What we're not going to do, because
Yeah.
there is some people like making fun and poking and thinking it's funny. You know,
It's
one
not
thing I
funny.
definitely don't find is funny. Tragedy is tragedy, no matter how much you might have in your bank account. So because tragedy doesn't care about what your bank account says. You know, tragedies don't happen regardless.
And like those same celebrities, like say like just say every single one of those celebrities can build back up to what they want, this, that, and the third. They can still lose their lives in these fires. Like these fires are all over. That wind is blowing it all. It's wild. It's crazy. And again, I just hope and pray that it all ends soon and people can start getting back to their normal lives.
Absolutely.
And yeah, let's start being more compassionate towards each other and helping each other more, because you never know when your time is going to come. You never know when there's going to be a freaking tragic thing like that. You never know what Mother Nature is going to do or anything. Like there could be any type of thing that can happen just like that, and then boom, you lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's sad too. It could just be, God, just waking up in the morning. You just don't know what could happen on that morning drive. You don't know what could happen just trying to get up. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you don't know what phone call you're gonna get. I mean, like for me, for example, my youngest son, his uncle passed away and stuff a few days ago. You know, so we're dealing. It was unexpected, and you know, we're dealing with that. You know, it wasn't something I was expecting to get a phone call of and be like, oh, by the way, you know. So people deal with loss, no matter if it's property, you know, people, jobs, relationships, or whatever. So at the end of the day, sometimes we let ourselves get in the way of you know, it's the celebs and all this other type of stuff. But at the same time, we still have to have empathy for one another. You know, regardless if they might be able to rebuild faster than what we might be able to, or whatever the case may be. But people are still people regardless. You can't penalize for somebody for being successful and having like a crazy, incredible abundance of wealth either. You know, so.
And I agree with you on that. I hate when tragedy happens and the first thing people go to is politics. Whether it's true or not, that's not what should be discussed right now. What should be discussed is how can we help? How can we help these people rebuild? How can, you know what I mean? I hate when people do that. I'm not saying you did that, because you did not. You're calling it out, and it's just so weird. It's just such a weird thing. Instead of because of this side and that side. First of all, this is all I'm gonna say about this really quick. With this whole left and right thing, America's one thing. We're a team. This isn't, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like all, you know what I mean? Once you're whatever, it's a team. It's like, you know. We're a team. That's it. We're a team. We should be working together to build, to make this place better, and then work on others. Because I think, honestly, I feel like the whole world should be a team. Honestly, we're all people.
We should be.
We're all born. We're all born. You know what I mean? We come out of a canal, so to speak, and then we all get dropped to the ground or cremated.
Yeah, I mean, people. I mean, I don't really care about who people vote. People vote for who they want to vote for, and that's their own damn business. But at the same time, I'm also smart enough to realize that if you talk about the core issues and things that people really care about, having like a level of respect, or getting like a level of respect, you know, be able to go to a job, be able to take care of your bills, be able to have health care, be able to feel like you can go safe and go to the grocery store with your kids. Everybody has those same core beliefs. We all want those things. So we should all focus on those said things that we all want, and all this other team rah stuff. Just let that stupid shit go.
It's childish and weird. It's really like literally like rooting for a sports team. That's how it is. It's rooting for a sports team. Oh, this side won, so now we're gonna root against it. So you're rooting.
Yeah. We're all voting left and right. A bird has to have a left and a right wing to fly. If you take away one, it ain't gonna fly no damn where. But we're still sitting here, sitting there.
I like that.
all up on each other and stuff. To me, it's just stupid. But anywho, we are starting to run out of time just a little bit. So I would like to thank everybody for watching this show this evening. It really, really means a lot. This is episode 1. We had a wonderful time, but I want Sturdy to go ahead and let people know what he's got going on this week as far as content and where we can find you.
All right. Well, over on Horror Research 30, we just reviewed the film. What was it called? What was it called? Give me like 2 seconds. Oh, Festival of the Living Dead.
Oh,
Which
Jesus.
is a spiritual. Yes, I'm going to say it's a spiritual sequel to Night of the Living Dead. It's on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. You guys should check that out. Next Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to be doing The Dead Don't Die. Again, this is over on Horror Research 30. And tomorrow night, same channel, my Sturd-O-Vision show, late night, we are reviewing the film Zombies Part 2. Which Sturd-O-Vision, like if you like weird, strange movies, go there. If you like, we're going to be doing Kung Fu movies at some point. We're going to be doing Big Trouble in Little China at some point.
Oh,
We're
damn.
doing The Last Dragon at some. So listen, it's going to be a good time, and that's a midnight live show on Friday. So I hope you guys tune into that if you can. And then this Saturday on Popcorn and Pints, we are going to start our Bond journey. We're reviewing all the Bond movies, doing 2 movies at a time.
That's
starting
awesome.
This Saturday. It's going to be an amazing time. I hope to see you there. I hope to see you all there. Please check us out, Popcorn and Pints and Horror Research 30. And please, everybody in the chat, just clap it up for Troy. Actually, hashtag Hill Yeah. Please hashtag Hill Yeah, because this is his first episode. I'm so proud of him for this episode. I'm honored to be on this with him. This was a good time. It's going to be a fun ride. So please. And offshoots of the Bond movies. Yes, and offshoots, which Mick, I want to talk to you about that because I have some ideas for that. But yeah, I had a great time. I had a great freaking time.
You definitely have to check those guys out because they do. Those guys bring it. They very, very inside of lots of great information, lots of great different opinions and views and stuff. And the Bond series itself is just. The Bond series is just great. Well, I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but I'll share with you some other time. But
well, now it's my turn to say, Troy, where can everybody
Yes.
find you on your platforms, and what do you have coming up?
Well, you can find me at Troy Hill Talks on YouTube. You can also find me at Troy Hill Talks Movies on TikTok, where every Friday and Thursday at about 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, I play music for like literally 3 hours. It's a great place if you're a homebody and you like to just sit there and chill and you don't want to go out in the streets. You can go ahead and join into my club, have a few drinks, and we listen to music and we just talk about life and stuff. It's a really cool experience. Sir Sturdy's been there a few times. I think I actually seen Mick in there a couple of times too. So, and she shows up. It was a real good time. You know, it's a place about positivity and just hanging out and chilling. My most recent video I have on my YouTube channel is I just saw the Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action documentary. Share my thoughts and opinions on that. You guys should check that video out and share amongst friends. I'd really appreciate it. And my next video after that I'm going to be working on is my top 10 most anticipated movies of the year, plus 5 honorable mention, which will be coming out next week. Well, to our next program we have, it'll be a week from next week, so 2 weeks from tonight. That'll be the show. We'll be actually talking about our top 10 picks between me and Sir Sturdy. Hopefully we can have Mick join us as well. Might add another person as well, so that'll be a great conversation. And then we'll maybe talk about TikTok to see if TikTok is still going to be going on, because they're saying at the 19th it might not be a thing. So we're going to figure out what we're going to do and where I'm going to be moving my little DJ parties to. So that'll be a whole conversation in itself too. But yeah, if you guys have suggestions for the show, you have movies you would like us to check out, if you have like something you want us to talk about on the show, a segment idea, don't hesitate to suggest it. I can be reached at thill.hilltopmedia@gmail.com. Again, that's thill.hilltopmedia@gmail.com. Or you can go out and reach to this network, Indie Escape Network, which I'm proud to be a part of, and they'll find me. They'll put my symbol in the sky or some shit.
There you go.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, if it is your first time tuning in, please check out our socials. Give us a like and follow. Again, we greatly appreciate it. Doesn't cost you a thing. It means the world to us, and we enjoy having you all around. Any last words, gentlemen? Sturdy.
I had a great time. Troy, thanks for inviting me onto this.
Absolutely.
I did it. I'm
Right.
here.
Any last words, Troy?
Just a random act of kindness goes a long way for people. I mean, even just simply just opening up a door for somebody in the morning, getting your coffee and stuff, that can alter a whole person's day and stuff. So just go out there and be there's a lot of talented people in the world and stuff. Stop getting in the way of yourself. Stop overthinking things. Just go forward and just do the shit because you can do it because you're great. And don't let anybody
what's your
tell you
exit
anything
phrase?
different. My exit phrase?
Yeah, what's your exit phrase?
Pain, Joe. Pain. I'm just kidding. I don't know yet. I got to work on it. The Clubber Lang thing didn't work. Does everybody just be positive, and I will see you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Yes,
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Have a good